Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am here to do a November 2018 end of the month budget cap or review. So I am here with my Erin Condren Deluxe monthly. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the monthly spread so we can see what's what. So at this point, all of these bills have been paid. So we're just going to check them off. And today is actually the last day of the month, which is when I typically do these budget videos. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to this page because this is where we're actually going to kind of see how we actually did. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit and we're going to walk through this whole list. So for income, for me, I budgeted $6,500 during the middle of the month, which is what this is. This was a mid-month check-in. I had brought in about $3,700. At this point, I have brought in much more than anticipated because of the opening of my Etsy shop. So $8,045.57. My husband's income is not actually a part of our budget because it's saved. So all of that money actually went to savings. So we did save a decent amount this month. So as for rent and water, I'm going to pull out this pen that I wrote with earlier. And I'm going to look at this chart here. And it appears that rent/water was as budgeted, which is pretty typical. So that was $570. And then cable/internet was as budgeted at $128.34. And then cell phones. So at the middle of the month, our cell phone bill hadn't come out yet. So that's why there's nothing there. But it has come out now. And the bill was $85.75 as budgeted. Electricity came in at $114.38. We had already paid that bill at the middle of the month, so it came in under at $114.38 because we originally budgeted $150. Personal trainer, middle of the month, it was $150. I ended up paying $240, so I budgeted that out pretty perfectly, which is rare. That's pretty perfect. For gym, let's see. We ended up paying $58.99, so I budgeted that perfectly. So this was our gym fee and then our annual gym fee. So next was life insurance. I don't have to double check that because that does not change. That was $42.19, but just to be on the safe side, yep, $42.19. My student loan was $241.74 as budgeted. My husband's was $304.69 as budgeted. So for business, we are way over, but we're really not that much. So I purchased this iPhone, which is one of the 10s, and I put that in the business category only because it is mainly used for business, and for which case, that kind of took this way over. I bought the phone in cash at $800 and something. And then I bought a new case or a case for it, this OtterBox. This is the new OtterBoxes. And I bought this little thing that was a few dollars. And I bought a screen protector. So anyhow, all of it together was probably a good $900 or probably about $1,000 for all of those items. So outside of the phone, I would say I probably spent, I'm looking at this, and it was probably maybe a little bit more. It was a little bit more than this, honestly, because some of the money didn't cross our bank account. So for example, Michelle and I are going on a world tour, and our first stop is in Atlanta, January the 5th, and we're going to be doing a budget workshop there. that money actually never crossed our main checking account. So if the money doesn't cross our main checking account, then I don't consider it as part of this budget. So that was an amount of money. I'm not going to share that amount, only because if it were just me purchasing it, then I would share it. But since it's someone else, I don't really like putting other people's business out there, although she probably doesn't care. But anyhow, that was X amount of hundreds of dollars for me. So therefore, like I said, it didn't really cross our budget, so I didn't include it in here. So business expenses were more than this, but honestly, probably not too far from this amount. So anyway, all of that to say, a lot of this is due to the phone and all of that, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I know that got tricky, but our budget's getting trickier and trickier, especially with the opening of the Etsy shop. So my allowance, I'm going to tell you, I'm way over, because I don't know what came over me, but on Black Friday, I finally purchased stickers from some shops that I had been wanting to purchase from, to include Michelle. I've never purchased stickers from her, Kita, and some of the other sticker shops out there, or like planner shops out there. So I went ahead and purchased some things from them, and therefore that kind of took me over budget. So I sit well with it because it's just me kind of supporting them. But yeah, I am way over budget. For my husband, let's see what he did. Let's see what he did. Oh, he's always right under. He's pretty good, honestly. He did 92.56. He's pretty good at that. Next is donations / gifts. That's going to be way over. Not too bad. Well, it's not too bad at all. So we came in at $318.91. So a lot of this has to do with a gift that I bought my husband. It's like a once in a lifetime type of opportunity. Also, I did like the Secret Santa whole thing at work, and I gave a really nice gift. I'm talking the limit was $20, but I gave a $100 gift just because I felt like doing so. We also donated to a few causes here and there, but we really didn't do a whole lot of donating and giving. But yeah, we are way over. Well, we're not over. Oh shoot, we were under. Why did y'all let me do that? We're technically under, but it just seems like a whole lot for some reason. But yeah, we're technically still under budget. That's supposed to be green. Moving on to toiletries. 89.53. No. Yes. 89.53, which puts us over budget. Next is hair. So we didn't spend any more on hair, so we're still under at 96.98. I'm gonna put this because this is actually green. The next one is gas. So we are under at 112.13. So that's how much money we spent on gas for our cars for the month of November. The next one is food / dates. We actually only went on like a date or two, maybe like two, but we are way over at almost $1,000, which is really pretty sad. But we do low carb, so that's a pretty penny, and we actually pay to get our meals prepared, which gives me more time to like enjoy life. My husband as well, because we do alternate. We once alternated with cooking, so getting our meals prepared is probably for the month of November. We probably, let's see how many Tuesdays were in November, because we pick up our meals on Tuesday. So there were 4, and we pay a little over $100. So it was about $500 or so to get our foods prepared, and then the rest of the $450-ish we spent on, well, we just went to a holiday party for like a company party for my job, so that was $60 between the two of us. And then we did go on a date, that was like $60. The rest of it was basically dates or just snacks, because we have our meals prepared, but we don't buy drinks or like snacks and those kinds of things. So basically we still do have to buy groceries, just not a whole lot. So that's pretty much what happened there. Also, it was Thanksgiving, for which we did take a meal to the Thanksgiving dinner that we went to and all of that stuff. So it's not terrible given the circumstances, but it's definitely like a lot once you really think about it. miscellaneous, let me get back in here. So for miscellaneous, we did $292.27. We're almost always over in miscellaneous. I can tell you that I got my car oil change. I got an oil change in November. I think my husband did too. And I think he had like a car replacement. He did. He got his something replaced on his car. It was like $150. So that's pretty much where all of the miscellaneous money went to. For travel, I think we're still good there. Let's see what we did for travel. We did... Where's the travel? Oh, we still did $616.64, which did put us over budget. We did go out of town for our anniversary at the beginning of the month, which is crazy because it just doesn't seem like that was the beginning of the month. So for savings, so I don't really know how much we save, so we're going to figure it out. The reason why I don't know is because I have been getting paid from Etsy on different days and such, and so I have been kind of moving that money out of Etsy into our savings account, and also we still have money in our checking account now that we normally would move to our savings account. So it's just money everywhere, and I couldn't really keep up that much. So an easy way to figure out how much we actually spent is to subtract our income for our expenses from our income. So our income was $8,047. It actually wasn't this amount because I'm not including my husband's income, but for purposes of this, I can share this part, and then I'll share the other part that we saved momentarily. So $570 for rent. Basically, you just calculate all of your expenses and subtract it from your income to get how much you saved, or how much you put towards debt, or how much you have left over, whatever the case is. And this only really works if you track all of your expenses, which I do. Moving forward in December, I think I'm going to try a new method of tracking expenses because I really need to really track expenses with the opening of my second business. I think things are going to get a little tricky, and I need to be on my A game and all of that. So anyway, again, what we're going to do is just subtract all of this from our income, and that will tell us how much money we have saved. $204.57 minus $92.56 minus $318.91 minus $89.53. And I had a little trouble with tracking expenses at the beginning of the month because that whole going out of town thing was a little bit stressful. Like trying to keep up with all the expenses and whatnot because we didn't use cash, which we should have. So that posed as, a little bit of an issue. But for the most part, it was okay. Like I made out okay. So basically, according to this, we actually saved that's about accurate, $2,126.26 from my income, and we also saved all of my husband's income. So we saved quite a bit this month. We are going to be trying to save quite a bit next month in December, because after we hit our savings goal, we're going to be free to pay off debt, and I really couldn't be more excited. So anyway, this is pretty much how we did for the month of November. I love doing these budget recaps so I can see what was what and see where our money went and where we could have done better and all of that, and all of that stuff. We did bring in more income, which was great, which basically meant that we were able to save more than we expected, but also we did spend some of that money as well, or I did, on a phone. So outside of the phone category and my allowance and toiletries, that was a whole lot. I'm not really sure what happened there. Outside of those categories, everything else was not too bad. So, for my donations and gifts, we were technically under, so we don't count that. Toiletries, I don't know what all we bought, but if we need toiletries, we got to buy toiletries. There's no way around it. this was a little, you know, a little much. But for the most part, these were the only two that I'm really not that happy about, or really not that proud of, I guess. But I did make a conscious decision to buy my phone. I did need a new phone. My other phone didn't take calls properly because I would have people telling me that they were calling me and I never got a message, or a call rather. And the camera was terrible. And I do take a lot of pictures with my business and yada, yada, yada. So I did make a conscious decision to buy the phone, and I really only bought it after I realized that I was bringing in more than I anticipated. So that was pretty much my rationale behind that. So anyway, this is how we did for the month of November. I hope that you guys had successful Novembers, even better than ours. I think I always hope that people just do better than us, because we try to do what we can do, but sometimes we fall short. So anyway, let's all kill it in December, and especially in January. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.